Right, if I have this right, it should just be the Dragon Age sound coming through. Meanwhile, I've got the proms actually on my headset as well, so if I sound a bit distracted, it's because I am listening to two things at the same time. But I've isolated the proms, so I'm not gonna hit any copyright issues. Hopefully, I just need to do the sound check in a moment. If this ever comes to the point where I can do the sound check. Come on, you know you want to. We are there, good, right? My cough. See, I'm talking with my mic off. Sorry, yes, I've distracted. I'm like to listen to the proms. It's that time of the year again. But obviously, if I have the proms on the desktop audio, it causes copyright issues. But hopefully, I've got the sound isolated. I'll just check again. Yep, cool. So the sound should be isolated, hopefully. Right, so we've done human, so it's dwarf next. I think I'll go dwarf knobbly for the warrior. I went human knobbly for the warrior, so I might as well go for the same for the dwarf as well. What shall I call her? Oh, that's cunning. I didn't think I'd do that. I'll have to try that one day. I think I got it stable at the moment. Windows 10, thankfully, the sound mixer now comes with the option of routing sound, which is really nice because audio router doesn't work with Chrome or Firefox anymore. So, but anyway, names. No, that's too similar to Sakura. So. Do you know, I can't think of a name for... This is annoying. I like it. I will go with that. Thank you. Well, I was trying to think of. I decided along like themes of anime characters I like, but all the ones I like, I kind of want to keep for for the later tunes. So yeah, I was a bit stuck for that. They don't give you many options for hair on this, do they? Ah, wrong one. Where's the hair gone? Oh, I don't know. I like that. In that case, let's change eyeshadow colour. Eyes. That will do. Well, didn't take too long in character creation, I think. Yeah, that's not too bad. The best game I've ever played for character creation was Black Desert Online. Oh my god, the character creator in that, could spend hours in there just doing things like getting your hair right. Oh my god. Kind of got a bit tired of the game though, because I mean, as much as there was good things in there to do, after a while spending entire days crafting was not so much fun. I haven't really found any MMO since to replace it, which is a shame. Chronicles of Illyria looked like it might be quite good though. And I've got yeah, is it? Something like that.
Greetings.
Yeah, that'll do. So warrior again, and this time I think just straight out two-hander. Although admittedly probably won't be much help during the intro, but oh god, well I think I'll skip that look, thanks. It doesn't as humorous as it sounds, I think I honestly don't think I could spend an entire
Orzammar, the larger of two
game
known remaining
that.
dwarven cities in the world. Orzammar was once the seat of a major empire connected by tunnels called deep roads, which stretched thousands of miles. The city now stands alone, cut off from the rest of the dwarven ancestral lands by the Darkspawn incursion. Secure in Orzammar's impregnable construction, the dwarven noble houses continue their centuries-old power struggles. Assassination and blackmail are commonplace, but the appearance of honor is paramount. You are the second child of King Endrin of House Aiduken, the 9th Aiduken ruler elected by the Noble Assembly. You grew up in a world rife with political intrigue, and have struggled against brothers and cousins for honor and prestige. Today, a feast celebrates your first military commission.
I love the way the dwarves in this are even more politically nasty
in the
than the
ever-changing
Eurasians.
game of dwarven politics.
Greetings, my lady. You are dressed and ready. Excellent.
Well, that's some
I couldn't
serious
find the
armor.
armor's matching dagger, but I scrounged up a rather fancy longsword. Do you wish to wear your shield to the noble's feast? You couldn't look anything less than beautiful. The armor only accentuates it. Although the idea of you charging naked into battle holds a certain appeal.
Yeah, go on. It's not going to work, laddie.
I know. Lesser family and all that. Moving
No.
on to the business at hand.
No.
The king
The lesser
expects you to
family
make an
thing, no.
appearance at the feast, but there's no rush. The noble family heads will spend hours boring your father with petitions and petty grievances.
Wow, I think I'm going to play her quite bitchy. Yeah.
If you say so. Listening to 100 lords complain that their neighbors use the same underhanded tactics they themselves employ would tire on me after about, a minute. Still, there are other excitements. As part of the celebrations, permits have been auctioned off to members of the merchant caste who wish to sell wares in the Diamond Quarter. Lord Harrowmont has also opened up the provings for young warriors to test their mettle before tomorrow's battle. Rumor has it that Harrowmont hopes you'll be swept off your feet if a well-placed young nobleman wins the provings in your honor. Win the proving in your own honor? That would be most interesting. Shall we then? With you as always, my lady. The day is ours until the feast.
Hey, I like the way I come pre-equipped with the helmet. Nice. And I come pre-equipped with the armor as well. Blimey, this game's getting on top of things. Wow, hold 5 copper.
As you wish.
Oh, well, more is better than nothing, I suppose. Now, drag that out the way. Not really going to need that, so we'll dump it. Yeah, I seem to be a very cash core? Oh my goodness. Cash poor noble.
I am proud to serve the Idukans.
Yeah. Dry throat. Ugh.
Merlin? Oh, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
Wow, the dwarven area likes to start you off with a load of stuff, doesn't it?
This should be easy enough.
I'm sorry. I thought you were Prince Balin coming down the hall. Forgive me. I will show myself out. With your leave, my lady. Thank you. I will go now.
Don't think my brother's getting any tonight.
No sign of trouble here.
Ah, didn't go far enough.
Good day, Lady Iduka.
You sure you want to go to the feast now? I doubt we can escape to see the provings once we're inside.
Good point.
I can't wait to see who's fighting today.
His voice sounds familiar. Why does his voice sound familiar? Is that Steve Bloom?
My lady. Not much that you don't already know. My father's father was a great hero of the Deep Roads excursions and raised the family to the top of the warrior caste. He was even nominated to join the assembly and found a noble house, but the honor was in the nomination. He wasn't afforded a single vote. My father served your father for many years, and now I serve you.
I'm just going to look that up. Ah, used to be able to type. It is Steve Bloom. Oh my goodness me. I haven't heard him in anything in quite a while.
Yes, I yearn to face the Darkspawn and prove my worth as your second. May the stones support us, and the ancestors look down with pride. As you will. Your father has allowed the merchants to show their wares in the Diamond Quarter during these celebrations.
I'm sure we can work this out reasonably. It's in the records. There's nothing I can do. Please, Master Volney. My work is accredited by the Shaper.
These books are lies written by the enemies of House Volney.
I write only what I find in the ancient records. Lady Idukan, you can vouch for my work, can't you? Your father loved my History of Idukan, Paragon King, Peacemaker.
This worm has written a book that slanders my house. He deserves to die for what he has written of Paragon Volney.
My work tells the stories of all those raised to paragons in the last 500 years. When the Assembly names a paragon, that man or woman is then, by definition, everything one can aspire to be in the world. They form their own noble houses and are revered as living ancestors. But paragons start off as men.
Volney was more than a man.
Idukan was much loved, but he was still a man. He was plagued by melancholy, and his fervor regarding Orzamar's safety bordered on obsession. When Idukan was proposed as a paragon, only one lord in the assembly objected. The others savagely hacked him to death. Idukan's motion passed without a single dissenting vote.
Unlike Volney, is that what you mean, old man?
Volney became a paragon by the narrowest margin in history. One vote. A vote mired in rumors of intimidation, intrigue, and outright bribery. The records of that vote are kept in the Shaperate and are a matter of fact. Not liking history doesn't make it any less true.
You're taking his side?
Yeah.
What if he published a book
Yeah,
like
I'm
this
taking
about
his
your
side.
Paragon Idukan? You would not say so if it was your house, but I shall respect your wishes. For now, excuse me, Your Highness.
That fool has no idea how weak his house is or how low he sits in it. Shall I have him killed, my lady?
Tempting.
Understood.
You've shown yourself more
Yeah,
daring.
I don't think I'm
and
going to be playing a
most
nice
believable.
character with this dwarf.
Someday I hope to write of the great exploits you are sure to perform.
Word has been sent. He won't live past the hour.
You've shown House Iduken a friend to research, history, and the glory of our people. Of course, heroism and pity for the small man have always been hallmarks of House Iduken. Now, I must try to make sense of these notes. Good day, Your Highness, and thank you.
Ah, my friend.
I mean, I'm assuming there's a massive comeuppance heading my way,
trust
given that
follow,
I
big
end up in the
sister.
Grey
How
Wardens, but still.
surprising to run into you out among the common folk.
Especially since duty requires that you attend our King Father at the feast today. Have you so little respect for him to disregard his wishes on a day set aside for you?
Lord Harrowmont told me we wouldn't be needed for hours at least.
Silence! If I want the opinion of my sibling's second, I will ask for it.
Yes, Your Highness.
Your lack of a sense of duty to your house is obvious. I can't imagine why you are receiving a commission. I expect after tomorrow I'll spend much time apologizing to the heads of the noble houses for the deaths of their children under your incompetent command.
That's a bit harsh, isn't it, Trian?
As heir to the throne, it is my duty to impart wisdom and judgment upon those who need it. Now then, you, get to the feast.
You know, I'll go for number 4.
I'd advise you to watch that tongue, dear sibling. Father will not live forever. Come, Balin.
See, as I know what the Orzammar storyline
That was
is,
fun.
I know
Nothing
what's
like being
happening to
talked
you
down
to
to by
do,
the
so,
next
you know.
king. Perhaps this isn't the best place for that sort of talk, shall we?
What about that one? I doubt he's up to the path.
On it.
I'm not going down that road. Oh, I would love to end up with a red head. Noble. Stand up straight.
Okay, how do I get to the proving?
My lady, are you heading to the proving arena? We have been charged with the task of escorting you to the proving grounds.
I clean forgot about that. Forgive me, I should have informed you sooner. The king decided you were not to travel through the commons unguarded.
I can't believe I'm listening to Steve Blue doing this guy's voice. It's incredible. Because I heard what I know him for is the role of Roger Smith in The Big O. And that was 20 years ago, so he had to really deepen his voice to do it. And now his natural voice is just, well, it's just gone past that, so it's slightly deeper, but even so, just listening to it is, I mean, it's kind of cool, but weird at the same time.
Will we be leaving then? We are at your command.
And it's the first time I heard Crispin Freeman as well. Another voice actor who's really in charge. Damn! I want those blades for my human model.
Your Highness, it is an honor to have you here. Have you come to watch these brave warriors do battle in your honor? Your Highness, this proving is in your honor.
Then honor her by doing as she says. Lady Iduken will fight in this proving.
Of course, it is well within your rights. Men and women of Orzammar, we have a late entry to these provings.
Oh my
Held
god,
on
those
the eve
that
of
background
battle
audio
for the
gets
honor of House Iduken.
2D cutouts with
I give
really
you
poor animation.
the
I
Lady
like it.
Iduken herself. Are you
It's like
ready
seeing
for
a
your
really
first
early
match?
Madden game just up there.
Then let us begin! This is a glory proving, fought under the watchful eyes of the paragons of Orzammar, for the honor of House Iduken. Lady Iduken will fight Alair Bimo, youngest son of Lord Bimo.
You honor me with this match.
Yeah. Well, I will treat you honorably.
First warrior to fall is vanquished.
It's the noble kits I don't like.
Enemies approaching.
Whoa! Right across the chin.
The winner is Lady Iduken. That was quite a fight. Alair Bimo
It is, yes.
no slouch with that hammer. Are you ready for your next opponent?
But I think I'll save that for the nobility. I'll just give the nobility hell, which would be quite good fun.
Excellent. Let us go. This is a glory proving, fought under the watchful eyes of the paragons of Orzammar, for the honor of House Iduken. Lady Iduken will fight Adal Helmi, eldest daughter of Lady Helmi.
You are my inspiration, Your Highness, and to all of us who follow your example and live by the sword.
First warrior to fall is vanquished. Fight!
On your guard.
The winner is Lady Iduken.
I wonder why they keep the camera
That was
facing
a
the wrong
crowd pleaser.
direction.
I can't remember the last time we had two female warriors of such skill. Sir Blackstone is your next opponent. Are you ready to face him? One of the best of the warrior caste. He achieved glory in close combat assault in the Deep Roads. Then let us begin! This is a glory proving, fought under the watchful eyes of the paragons of Orzammar, for the honor of House Iduken. Lady Iduken will fight Sir Blackstone, Deep Road squad leader of the warrior caste.
This is your education, child. Try to learn as you bleed.
First warrior to fall is vanquished. Fight!
Let's get started.
The winner is Lady Iduken. Well done. You have proven that even the best of the warrior caste cannot match a noble Iduken. Franklin Ivo is your final opponent. He too has had many victories today. Are you ready to face him, or will you rest first? He is a decorated fighter who prefers unusual weapons and rarely fights with the same techniques twice.
House Ivo is relatively inconsequential, but Franklin may change that. He's expected to take a full command of his own soon.
Very
I like the sound of this guy.
This
Don't think I'll
is
be
a
an arsehole
glory
at all.
proving, fought under the watchful eyes of the Paragons of Orzammar, for the honor of House Iduken. It is down to just 2 warriors, with backbones of stone and wills of iron. They have defeated all others this day. Lady Iduken will fight Franklin Ivo, second son of Lord Ivo.
You fight well. I wish you glory today and glory tomorrow.
First warrior to fall is vanquished. The victor is champion. Fight!
I sense something drawing near.
He's got some decent armor on.
Is it just me, or do you actually think you have a chance?
Glory will be mine! I will not fail! We're coming for you!
The winner is Lady Iduken. Congratulations! Franklin Ivo is as fierce a competitor as I've ever seen. You vanquished every warrior of note in today's proving. The ceremonial helm, commissioned by your father for today's winner, is yours.
I'm feeling
The
magnanimous.
people will remember your honor and generosity for all time.
My lady? Your wish is our command.
Look, the Grey
Lady
Wardens are
Iduken,
here.
might
The
I
raid
bother?
tomorrow.
Many thanks for your willingness to hear me out, my lady. I wish to speak to you of a matter most urgent. There is a vote coming before the Assembly next week, and a word from you could go a long way towards helping our cause. The vote concerns the status of the so-called surface caste. Lost to the stone, air-touched, and so forth. Centuries ago, narrow-minded men declared that any dwarf who left to live on the surface forfeited his caste, and his house if noble. That he was, in essence, no longer a dwarf. I seek only to remedy an injustice, to retie the bonds of anyone who can trace himself to one of the noble houses wherever he may live. Please, agree to speak for this noble cause.
Yeah, frankly, what do I get in
my ears
return?
to the stone, my lady. I hear many things, some of which could be a great help during your mission tomorrow. A little forewarning to help your forearming, if you know what I mean. When your father presents you to the noble houses, I will ask for your opinion on the matter. You have merely to say that you feel our surface brothers should be returned their noble rights. What could be more simple?
You're a fool.
Duncan.
Greetings, my Lady Iduken. It is an honor to meet you at last. I have had the opportunity to recently meet with your father. He speaks highly of you. He says you may be the most skilled warrior in all of House Iduken.
I don't know who that gormless guy is behind Duncan, but that's a stare at somebody's ear, isn't it?
I have no doubt it is deserved. We need more Grey Wardens like you, and quickly. Even as the Darkspawn weaken here in Orzammar, they are stirring on the surface. A blight has begun. Soon the fight must go beyond the deep roads, lest the Darkspawn threaten all the world. Alas, I do not think he would take kindly to that suggestion. As the child of the king and heir after Lord Trion, your place is here. You know of our dedication to destroying the Darkspawn, our frontline presence during a blight. What else would you know? Over the centuries, many dwarves have made names for themselves in our order. These days, however, there are fewer dwarves, and thus even fewer dwarven Grey Wardens. A pity, since dwarven warriors have the most experience fighting Darkspawn. I'm afraid not. Grey Wardens go where they're needed most. Right now, that is on the surface at the ruins of Ostagar, where the human king gathers his armies to face the Blight. Being a Grey Warden means abandoning all ties to your old life. It means dedicating yourself to destroying the Darkspawn. Then it is a good thing that you have other
This guy
paths
outside,
before
he's
you.
just distracting me.
Some are not so lucky. I wish you luck in the deep roads tomorrow. Show the Darkspawn the might of your people.
Oh, hello, somebody else to talk to.
Your mother would melt the stone if she knew what you just did. Lord Dace is playing you false. Go ahead, be his puppet. Your first command will be marked by every major house turning their back on you. If you are to play in the games of the Assembly, make sure you know the motivations of the players. Last spring, a guild from the Merchant caste invested heavily in an expedition with a guild from the surface. Lord Dace backed the Merchant Guild, pouring a great deal of money into the venture. The expedition was a disaster. Clever child. Lord Dace lost a great deal of money and prestige. The Surface Guild has no way to repay the investment, but it does have several leading members who are descended from noble houses. House Helmi, Bimo, Iduken. You begin to see the whole picture. Your house and mine would be forced to pay the Servicers' kin debts. It would be a great victory for Lord Dace. Just so, my clever friend. Smile and nod, and when he asks his question, tell him that the so-called Surface Caste are right where they belong. That should take Lord Dace down a peg or two. You're welcome. Remember this when my house needs your assistance.
That was one of the most awkward bows I've ever seen.
My king, please reconsider. Trade contracts alone could bring great prosperity to our houses.
Will we really turn our back on our brothers and a potential fortune in cheap labor because of a political technicality?
Denial of the traditions of our people does not qualify as a political technicality. There is more to life than monetary gains, my lords Bimo and Mino. The Assembly of Kal Sharok will respect the rule of Orzammar, or they will rot and die alone, surrounded by enemies.
Yes, my king.
Ouch.
But look, we have company to spare us further wrangling. Atrast Vala, my sweet daughter. How fine you look in your grandmother's armor. I hear you were declared champion of the Provings. I suppose you were never one to sit by when something exciting was going on.
Are you ready to be presented to the heads of the noble houses? So dutiful. Very well, let us begin. Lords, ladies, grant me a moment of your time. We are here today so I may present to you my second eldest child, blessed by the stone and born of the blood that ran in the veins of the paragon Aiduken. Who would pose a question to the prospective commander? Who seeks to know the prospect better?
I have a question. I seek to know the prospect better.
Lord Dace, head of House Dace, speak.
Lords, ladies, my question concerns the plight of our wayward kin, the so-called service caste. What does the Commander Prospect think is the proper place for these lost souls? Thank you, my lady. I am satisfied.
Then if there are no other challenges, I give you Orzamar's next commander. Tomorrow, our newest commander will lead part of a mission to strike a great blow to the Darkspawn. Not only does this recover access to some of our most important mines, but it also allows our honored guest Duncan, head of Ferelden's Grey Wardens, to strike far into the deep roads. Thank you, King Endrin. While the Darkspawn seem to withdraw, it is only because they are massing on the surface. This could mean a blight, and my men and I will discover the truth. We are honored to have you with us, my friend. Now, feast, drink, and celebrate, for the morning brings battle! As for you, my new commander, find your brother Trian and send him to me. He may be watching the provings, or getting some rest in his rooms. Walk well.
Well, he isn't getting the rest he was expecting. Oh no, it is that way.
So you're a commander now, in name at least. Shouldn't you be attending our King Father? Of course he does. We must discuss strategy before tomorrow's battle. Balin, stay here and stroke the new commander's conceit if you like. But then get to bed.
All day I've put up with that. He can really grate on the nerves. And what I'm going to tell you next won't make you any more fond of him. Unfortunately, I am. Trian has begun to move against you. I never thought his much-proclaimed honor would allow him to actually act on his jealousy. Big sister, Trian is going to try to kill you. I wouldn't have believed it myself if I hadn't overheard him giving orders to his men. Trian's decided you're a threat to his taking the throne. Maybe he's right. It would be unusual for the Assembly to ignore the King's choice, but it does happen.
The founder of House Bimo became a paragon and king in one move from the Assembly, and he was a commoner.
That was an extraordinary case, but at least a half-dozen times the Assembly named a lesser family member, or even someone from another house, as king. Twice, it was a woman. Look at it from his perspective. You're more personable than he's ever been. You entered the provings held in your own honor just for glory and to please the crowds. If you win glory against the Darkspawn tomorrow, it will only strengthen the case for you as the next heir. Trian Veer's father will replace him on the spot. If not, the Assembly will surely turn against him when father dies. You know his pride will never allow him to step aside. It seems Trian has shown that brothers can't always be trusted. I am next in line. If Trian succeeds in his plot against you, how long do you think I'll live?
Permission to speak freely? Trian would make a terrible king, but no one wants to say it. He has just enough backing in the Assembly to make it ugly when your father dies, but not enough to become king. Killing him now makes your house stronger and saves a great deal of bloodshed later.
Very well. I'll keep my eyes open. I don't want to lose my dearest sister. One of us has to. I'm taking your place as father's second, so I'll be at hand tomorrow. For now, try to get some sleep.
May the Paragon smile down on you.
Trian and his men will clear the way for the Grey Wardens to descend into the easternmost caverns. Those caverns are still infested by the worst of the Darkspawn. We cannot risk our own troops in there.
Understood, Lord Harrowmont. We should be able to sense the Darkspawn and avoid them once the way is open.
May the Paragons favor you, and the stone catch you if you fall.
Come men! Glory awaits!
Valen, you and your men will second the king, clearing the main road.
Don't you think it looks a little cowardly to allow these humans to take our place where the fighting is thickest?
Are you questioning the battle plan?
Of course not. I'm sure your caution is for the glory of us all.
Enough, Valen. Take your men and make ready. Harrowmont and I need to have words with your sibling.
Good luck, my sister.
Your father has a special mission for you.
In the eastern deep roads, there is a secret door carved into the stone.
The door leads to a Taig, abandoned long ago by your ancestors. The Darkspawn have made it impossible to reach it.
My father believed that the shield of the Paragon Aidukan remains in that Taig, under the stones of the central room. Reclaim the shield, and glory will be yours.
We've sent 2 scouts ahead to make sure the tunnels are cleared. But be careful. One of the scouts will meet you at the first crossroads you come to. The second will be further in. When you get to the door, use your signet ring to open it. Questions? Very good. The crossroads where you meet the first scout will be the rendezvous point. There you can present the shield to the Lords and demonstrate the strength of Aidukan.
May the ancestors watch over you, my child.
Where am I going? Hopefully this way. Yes, clicking on it first would be quite good. Oh, come on! Where's happening? That's better. You're not too bad with a sword.
You made it, Commander. Did you run afoul of any Darkspawn? We didn't expect any activity in these tunnels at all. Once I finished scouting the tunnels, I hid here to avoid the Darkspawn. Most tunnels are dead ends. The one we want is swarming with those fiends. It's going to be a fight. As you say, onward then.
Right.
I like the way that the scout who has allegedly scouted this won't tell me which ones are the dead ends. Nope. Fair enough. Yes. I like the way our scout isn't actually a rogue, is also of the warrior caste. That's a bit dubious as scouts. Oh, hang on. Where am I meant to be going then? Ah, scout.
You're here. I thought the Darkspawn had got you for sure. And I'll make sure I'm behind you if we're swarmed. We want the tunnel ahead, but there are Darkspawn tracks all over it. Be careful. I haven't ventured more than 100 yards ahead for fear of alerting other Darkspawn. I'll follow your lead, Commander.
Darkspawn approach. Watch for their blood. This should be good enough.
Stop dying, you.
Let's make this quick, shall we?
Let's go!
Oh, I love that deep chuck. Again, knocks have.
Into the fray!
Hey, finally.
This should be easy enough. As you wish.
Finally remembered what I was playing this time last year. Because as I said, I'm listening to the prompts, and I do every year.
Looks like someone
Finally
beat us to
remembered
the
I was
door.
playing Bless Online last year, and that was a game that promised
Darkspawn
much
body is
and
still
disappointed
fresh.
even more.
Whoever opened the door is most likely still in there.
It's a shame. It was a very pretty game, but yeah.
It could have been stolen. Recently, or generations back.
Or it could be an ambitious cousin out for his own glory.
Understood. Let's move, men.
We should hurry.
So glad you could finally join us. We feared you'd gotten eaten by Darkspawn. Turns out the shield isn't quite as easy to retrieve as I was led to believe. I wager you know where it is, though. So maybe you tell me where it is, and I don't let my boys have a go at you before I kill you. Oh, she's a funny one. Just what I needed. Now kill these idiots.
Enemies approaching.
You're in for a whirl. Attack! Ancestors guide my arm. For House Ayduken! Sting's no match for us. You'll prevail.
Oh wow, ballistic. That's not good.
As you wish. This should be easy enough.
Oh, nice finisher.
As you wish.
Leave no corpse
Is that an
unmuted.
Ayduken signet ring? I guess that's how they got in here. The ring is Trian's. That means he... Or it may be a warning for us to keep our guard up. Agreed. Now perhaps we should find the shield. room. How do we get the shield? You two, see if you can spot anything.
Nice looking around, guys. That standing still really sells
It
it.
seems some of these tiles are different from the others.
Right.
That's it. We've got it.
Doesn't look like much.
The skill of our crafters has come far since then. But still, the Shield of Iduken.
Was that the voice actor for Garrett from Thief? It sounds like it.
I can feel it. It's inspirational.
You say so. It's just a shield. Back in the direction we came from, at the crossroads.
To the crossroads.
As you wish.
Did you hear that? Any more of those mercenaries?
Don't be praised! Who's next?
Somebody just hit the trap. Ah, God, what a shame. Not really, I don't care. You get your leg out of it. Dear, dear. Oh God, it's Gorham, the trap detector. I love the way our scout isn't bothering me.
If Trian were really scheming against us, this would be the perfect place for an ambush. We've got the shield, and we're all alone out here.
What's that you're muttering about? Right you are, Commander.
Am I going backwards? I'm going backwards again. Oh my goodness me. Ah, here we go.
By the stone, it's Trian.
It must have been a darkspawn attack.
This doesn't look like Darkspawn. Bites, no scratches, no mutilation.
Your brother?
Someone's coming.
Hurry, Father, before it's too...
By all the ancestors, what has happened here?
It seems we weren't fast enough. Valand was right.
Sigh, dwarves really are stupid. I'm carrying a great big hammer, and his head is still in one piece. So how could I be the murderer?
Just long enough to slay Trian.
My lady is innocent.
Sir Gorham, your loyalty makes you a useless witness. It falls to others to tell the story. You, Scout, what happened here?
Trian and his men were here early. It seems they'd done battle with the Darkspawn. Lady Iduken came up to them all friendly-like, but when we got close, she ordered us to attack.
It is a valid question. The man is low-born and could easily be bought.
Frandlin Ivo, you are a good and noble man. Did the scout speak the truth?
He did, my lord. It was terrible. Prince Trian
You
didn't stand a
bastard.
chance. Afterward, my lady stripped his signet ring.
You treacherous bastard! Silence, Gorham! Do you have anything else to say, my daughter?
For your sake, I hope your confidence is not misplaced. Bind her. She will be judged before the Assembly. To Orzammar.
I like the way they let me keep the helmet.
You've got 10 minutes, sir. Orders and all. You understand?
Of course. Leave us alone, will you please?
Yes, sir.
I would have come sooner had they allowed it. How are you? I could be better. I have bad news, though. The Assembly isn't going to call for you. Balin has taken Trian's place in the Assembly. He introduced a motion to condemn you immediately, and it easily passed. He had fully half the Assembly ready to vote on something completely against tradition and justice. He must have been making deals and alliances for months, if not years. I don't know that you'll get that chance. The Assembly has already sentenced both of us. My knighthood will be stripped, my name torn from my family records. But I will be allowed to attempt some sort of life on the surface. Lord Harrowmont moved for a similar exile for you, but Balin's supporters overwhelmed him. You are to be sealed in the deep roads to fight Darkspawn until you are overwhelmed and killed. That may have been Balin's first mistake. Lord Harrowmont gave me access to see you so I could tell you this. Duncan and the Grey Wardens are still in the deep roads. in tunnels connected to those you are to be left in. If you survive long enough to find the Grey Wardens, you may be able to escape with Duncan. There are worse ways for a warrior to live than fighting the Darkspawn with such allies. If you can find them, I'm sure you can join them and escape the deep roads. They're down there somewhere. It's just a matter of surviving long enough to track them. I begged to go with you and fight at your side, but Balin's pet nobles wouldn't hear of it. I would give up all the safety in the world to go down this dark path with you. Our time is up. May the Paragons guide your sword and the stone hold you up. I will always be your man, my Lady Iduken.
They are ready for you now. Here is the prisoner, Lord Harrowmont.
Having been found guilty of fratricide by the Assembly of Orzammar, you are hereby sentenced to exile and death. Your name is from this point forward stripped from the records. You are no longer a person, nor a memory. You are to be cast into the deep roads with only sword and shield. Dare to redeem your life by fighting the enemies of Orzammar until your death.
Hey,
Do you have
tell me
anything
about
to
my
say before
big
the
hammer.
sentence is
I
carried
liked
out?
my big hammer.
I understand your anger. You should have been allowed to defend yourself. Had I the power to stop this, I would have. Look me in the eye and tell me you didn't do this. For your father's sake. I believe you. That means Balin planned this from the start. Believe me, I will spend the rest of my days making sure Balin does not profit by his deeds. Your father asked me to give these to you. This sword and shield are of fine dwarven make. Strike a blow at our enemies. He is old and this tragedy has hit him hard. He will rest better now, though, knowing the truth. As you will, Lady of Iduken. Open the doors and let the condemned walk through. May the stone accept you when you fall.
I like the way it's just sort of randomly equipped me with accessories now. Yeah, I still want my big hammer back. More big sword will do. Yeah. Oh, nice. Looks like Duncan must be nearby then. Nope, spider.
This should be easy enough.
Let's fighting more time! Last
On it.
Tell me what you've got. Is it just me or do you Down with you.
By the Maker, it's a dwarf.
Lady Iduken, what are you doing here alone? Where are your troops? And you as well. Although I'm still filled with questions, such as why are you here in these tunnels alone? May I ask what happened? Ah, you have been made to walk the deep roads then.
You mean you were exiled? What happened?
I do not think matters of dwarven honor are any business of ours. You need not answer, friend. Lord Trian? I see. The brutal intrigue of the dwarven court continues then. Your father intimated as much. There is no reason for you to walk these deep roads and die for something you did not do. You've already proven yourself both resourceful and skilled, and I would expect nothing less from an Idukan. I've been searching for those with your level of ability. Your exploits in the deep roads set you apart. As leader of the Grey Wardens in Ferelden, I would like to formally invite you to join our order. Then welcome. We leave immediately for Ostagar to join with the human forces facing the Darkspawn hordes led by King Kaelan. Stay close. There are still Darkspawn around every corner. We will be traveling south through the hinterlands to the ruin of Ostagar, on the edges of the
I wonder what
Korcari
Caden's
Wilds.
got to say this
The
time.
Tevinter Imperium built Ostagar long ago to prevent the Wilders from invading the northern lowlands. It's fitting we make our stand here, even if we face a different foe within that forest. The King's forces have clashed with the Darkspawn several times, but here is where the bulk of the Horde will show itself. There are only a few Grey Wardens within Ferelden at the moment, but all of us are here. This blight must be stopped, here and now. If it spreads to the north, Ferelden will fall.
Ho there, Duncan.
King Kaelan. I didn't expect
a royal welcome? I was
Oh,
beginning to
that
worry you'd
intro
miss all
took
the
about
fun.
an hour and 20 minutes
Not
to
if
do.
I could help it, Your
That's
Majesty.
impressive.
Then I'll have the mighty Duncan at my side in battle after all. Glorious. The other wardens told me you'd found a promising recruit. I take it this is she?
Allow me to introduce you, Your Majesty.
There's no need to be so formal, Duncan. We'll be shedding blood together after all. Ho there, friend. Might I know your name? Pleased to meet you. The Grey Wardens are desperate to bolster their numbers, and I, for one, am glad to help them. It's good to see one of the honorable stout folk outside Orzammar. Sounds like there's a story behind that. You must regale me with it sometime. I do. I'll make sure to have the finest dwarven brew brought up from the palace cellars. After we've dealt with the blight, of course. I've been to Orzammar. King Endrin invited my father to a grand proving long ago. How does Endrin fare these days? Well, it seems your story may be even more interesting than I suspected. Allow me to be the first to welcome you to Ostagar. The Wardens will benefit greatly with you in their ranks. I'm sorry to cut this short, but I should return to my tent. Loghain waits eagerly to bore me with his strategies.
Your uncle sends his greetings and reminds you that Redcliffe forces could be here in less than a week.
Ha! Eamon just wants in on the glory. We've won 3 battles against these monsters, and tomorrow should be no different. I'm not even sure this is a true blight. There are plenty of Darkspawn on the field, but alas...
Oh, I told you this a billion times.
What the king said is true. They've won several battles against... Despite the victory so far, the Darkspawn horde grew... Yes, we should proceed with the ritual. Until then...
Okay. Over there. So this was dwarf. Nobly Sakisha. Save. There we go. Another intro done. Right, I'm going to swap the game over to Dragon Age 2 and grab some water. Two. Annoying that it's come out of full screen again. Options. Video. Full screen. I must have done something with the config file somewhere. If it keeps on doing that. Righto, I'll grab some water, sort out the seating on this chair because it's slumped again. I'll be back in a moment. I forgot one other thing that needs doing. I need to give my girlfriend a call, so I'll be back in 2 more moments, I guess. Right, that's that taken care of. Mic is back on? Yep, excellent. Okay, where am I and what the hell am I doing? Oh yes, I just did a mission, didn't I?
How dare you! I am guard captain! I won't be treated like this! Ferelden, bitch, this was none of your affair! I'll see you hanged, quartered! This will not stand!
We found a number of debts to suspect peoples. Such poor character. But you, Aveline Valen, have proven your loyalty and ability.
The guard deserves better than him, Messire.
Indeed. The Viscount would have you put your care for the men into direct practice. You will assume the captain's job.
What?
In due time, of course. There will be training, approvals, months at least. But who better to rebuild respect than the woman who exposed this embarrassment? Resolve any outstanding business, guardswoman. You will be very busy.
Point the way, Hawk.
Hope the day is treating you well, Seirei.
You have my thanks.
Strangely, this is the best place in the city for working shell games and
I think I found something of yours. I had never thought to see this again. Thank you.
I has specialization. Okay. Aha. So no arcane warrior build. I think. That's disappointing.
Point the way, Hawk.
Okay, you're not very chatty.
You have my thanks. Aveline was wise to bring you. She will make a fine.
The Viscount must be terribly busy. I've been waiting most of the day.
How much longer do I have to wait?
In that case, I just want to check something. Ah. So.
Good luck getting in. I've been waiting all day.
These frames aren't sitting right at the moment.
Some Dane fellow asked... Why make a shop so hard to find?
Right, let's rebuild there. So I will be choosing that. Actually, put some points in first. Uh, 28 divided by 2, so that's 14 each. That puts already 2 down, so 16 and 12 then, I think. 31 and 29, so that's not right. Oh, my period is not working. I think it is. We'll find out. Yep. Ah, that's a lot better for that one. Right, so what do we have here?
Those rare and enchanted goods are the prizes of my...
You've probably never met a Dalish before, have you?
I wouldn't know.
I'm sure you'd be able to tell. Dalish aren't much like the elves in the cities.
The smug sense of superiority does give you away.
I don't even wake Bianca for every threat anymore.
No further, human. Calvishoth control these passages.
I am more than capable of meeting any threat.
So I see. I expected to warn a caravan, not a well-equipped tracker. The path ahead is littered with my kind. If you are as skilled as you look, it would please me if you killed them.
You have turned your back on your kin?
Yes, for a second time. I did not like my role, so I left the queue. I do not wish to be a murdering thief, so I left these Talvishoth to warn their victims. You are no victim, so now I will leave.
If they have offended you so much, help me go after them.
But I am worse. They don't want to raise their swords for coin, so they murder and steal. They cling to the honor they held under the Qun. My sword means nothing.
Nope,
I will sell it and myself
This is annoying.
as mercenary. Kunare would say I am worse.
Do I really have to convince you to do the right thing?
I have already done more than was demanded, by my own choice. You have my word of caution, human. Heed it or do not.
The more they talk, the less I understand.
piece of one metal. Come on, you lot.
Get back!
Ah, come on, that's bad. Okay, where am I going? That way. Tiny parts on there.
How about you?
Yeah.
This goes on too long.
Now you go.
Yeah, track now.
Let's finish this.
Kill the boss. That dwarf is waiting at the compound.
Wow. Fair number to hand in there. Should just be the one NPC though.
I've heard about the Circle of Magi outside of the Imperium, but I've never been in one. Are you certain it's wise for you to be here?
Maybe not, but we'll be cautious.
This seems more like a prison. I wonder if it's more effective than the Circle I know.
How is the Imperial Circle of Magi different?
Once upon a time, it was as it is here. The Chantry watched the Magisters closely for any signs of corruption or weakness. Then it changed. The Magisters were permitted to watch over their own, and Templars kept only to enforce the law. What happened next was inevitable. The Magisters rule again, as powerful as they ever were.
You said the Chantry used to watch the Magisters. Why did they stop?
You must remember that the attitude towards magic is different in Tevinter. Magisters came from wealthy families, bloodlines that had nurtured magical talent for countless generations. The Chantry was not trying to control poor peasants, but the scions of the greatest houses in the Imperium.
I thought the Magisters had been thrown down by the Chantry.
On the contrary, Andraste never defeated the Imperium. A great army conquered the south, but not the north. The Magisters eventually surrendered to the Chantry, but they did so on their terms. They kept their influence. Thus, they reclaimed what they lost over the centuries. Some battles are lost by inches.
You talk about the Magisters as if they are all evil.
I have no doubt that some are good and noble men, strong enough to resist temptation. But how many temptations do you wish to offer a man before he will give in? Blood magic is everywhere in Tevinter, from the lowliest apprentice up to the Archon himself.
You can't have seen this for yourself.
Daenerys talked about it often. Of course, they say it's forbidden. Behind the smiles and closed doors, however, it's a different matter. To be a Magister in Tevinter is to be glorious. To be a powerful Magister in Tevinter, that is worth any price.
You're saying the same thing could happen here?
If the mages were permitted to be their own watchers, of course. It is too easy for a mage to resort to blood magic if they feel the need is great enough. A mage can desire power, justice, revenge, protection. Any cause will do, and then they are lost.
You can't say every mage is corrupt.
All I am saying is the Imperium offers no answer. All that Andraste did long ago to end the tyranny of magic has been undone.
She freed our people as well, but it was your chantry that undid that.
And who enslaved us in the first place? Don't be naive. Power corrupts, as they say, and mages have power enough already.
According to everything I've seen, the Circle can't control mages anyhow.
And what is the alternative? Freedom is a noble ideal, but I see no oppression here. I see fear and danger. But enough. I'm sure we came here for a reason.
No, that did not go down well with Fenris.
We have found neither hide nor hair of the lad, Fainril. I can only think he has fallen victim to demons or slavers.
I found this. It was addressed to you. It seems to be from your daughter.
My daughter? Then... you know what she is. How she died. When I traced her to that warehouse, I should have forced her into the Circle. My own weakness in the face of her pleas is what destroyed her. It is why I urged Ariani not to give in when Fainril wished to hide. If only I had been so strong for Olivia.
You have my sympathies. Do not fear the Templars finding out.
Thank you. She is at peace now. I would not wish to see her name smeared while her ashes are still warm.
Whoa, I am really hacking this guy off.
The first enchanter does not wish me to sell
everything on the list. I'll get to work immediately. Here is the reward I promised.
If you have any questions, talk to Knight Captain Carl.
That's not on me. Let's try this way.
I don't want your pity.
Are you talking to me?
Trying to remember where Fenris lives. It's up here, I think.
I thought all dwarves had...
I solved your problem.
So, what happened? One of the miners told me you rescued him from dragons. I cuffed him for lying.
Well, he wasn't. Go there and see the corpses for yourself.
But I thought they're extinct. I believe you. You made them extinct again? If it is safe, the miners can return to work.
The bone pit's hazardous at best. And if the dragons return...
I appreciate your concern for my workers' welfare. I could use someone like you to ensure their continued safety. Since you did so much more than I was expecting, how about we work together? I am offering a 50-50 share in the mine. You will make us both rich if you can keep your countrymen safe.
Seems like the miners could use protection. And an advocate.
So, to our first order of business. We replace the lost workers. I will hire new hands. Plenty of desperate Fereldans out there. But it will take some time. I need you to convince the surviving miners to return. They are holed up in Lowtown. Tell them the bone pit is safe again.
I'll see what I can do.
A Dalish elf? Here? Under Anna Tishan's sister.
Aha! So his head's a map I'm looking for. Check. I suppose I could really look at the map key, but...
Grigio Pavali. There are 6 bottles in the cellar. Denarius used to have me pour it for his guests. My appearance intimidated them, he said, which he enjoyed.
You were his servant as well as his bodyguard.
I was his slave. I propped up the furniture when he was so inclined. It's good I can still take pleasure in the small things.
Is getting back at your master all that matters to you?
There are days when it feels that way. I've wanted to leave my past behind me, but it won't stay there. Tell me, have you never wanted to return to Ferelden?
I grew up in Ferelden. It will always be my home.
The Blight is over. You could rebuild what you lost. Do you truly not want to?
Even if I wanted to. Kirkwall is my home now.
Having a place where you can put down roots, I understand. Still, to have the option must be gratifying.
Do you intend to keep living here?
I haven't decided. For now, it's as good as any other place. I would return to Seirei if I could, but there is no life for me there.
Is that where you're from?
So I've been told.
Were you very young when you left then?
Perhaps.
You could track your former master down, I assume.
I imagine he has returned to Minrathous, though I dare not go near the city while he is alive. No, it is better to wait for him to leave his fortress, fight from a fortified position. I do not expect your help when that day comes, but I would not turn it aside.
You've been on the run a long time then.
3 years now. Denarius has a way of finding me. Perhaps it is the markings. Whatever the means, it never takes him long to follow. This is the first time I've given him reason to pause. I suppose there are advantages in numbers.
Haven't you sought help before?
Hirelings, when I could steal the coin. Never anyone of substance. Until you. Denarius will not give up, however. I await his return.
If you're looking to start a life, you could stay.
We shall see. I should thank you again for helping me against the hunters. Had I known Ansel would find me a woman so capable, I might have asked him to look sooner.
Maybe I should be thanking Ansel.
Maybe you should. Perhaps I'll practice my flattery for your next visit. With any luck, I'll become better at it.
Well, at least that's undone a little of the damage.
Brooding a sport in Tevinter? Do they hold competitions?
Let me pass. I have business with the dwarf Javaris and your Arishok.
The short mouth, yes. Enter if you must, Basra.
Ah, my right hand arrives. Summon your Arishok. The bargain is done. About time you showed. I've been here for hours.
Ari Shokost, Maras Shokra, Anan Isamkyun.
The Kyun from an elf? The madness of this place.
Friend of yours?
Friend of no one.
Yes, well, that said, I'm here to report that your hated Talvishoth were felled, one and all, right? Yes, they
Look at the
were.
way Vark's staring at him.
I'm ready to open negotiations for the explosive powder, as we agreed.
No.
He's not getting it. Make your chatty elf say something.
Any insight that would help?
Kunari do not abandon a debt. I humbly request clarification from the Arishok.
I have a growing lack of disgust for you. The dwarf imagined the deal for the Gatlock. He invented a task to prove his worth when he has none.
Then we have wrongly inserted ourselves in your affairs. Would you have us kill this dwarf?
Wait, what now?
If you face Tal-Vashoth, he is not worthy of dying to you, as he was not worthy of dying to them. But you keep good company. Let him live, and leave.
You may want to take this opportunity to go.
But he has to sell. It's a product. People want it.
There is no profit in empowering those not of the Qun. The means of creating the Gatlock is ours alone. It shall be dispensed only to our enemies, in the traditional manner.
You are a frustrating people. And you're fired. Sodding bunch of oxmen and doglords. A whole lot breathing smoke. Pah.
You will leave as well, human. There's no more coin for you here.
I think you let this get away from you.
You just stumbled on this? Can't say I'm surprised. Bloody fools.
Big quest markers and disappearing, but can't seem to do anything with them.
Only job that will have me. Figures.
What have I got? Gloves of the unknowable unknown. Fair enough. It's that button. Right.
Kurt Walling, what it used to be.
Just don't ask where anything came from.
Watch out by the Canary compound. They seem very angry.
Right. Oh, there's a fair empty hand in there. Shepherding wolves. Might still be able to do it during the day. Let's find out. Wow, these load times are taking forever.
You're home. Hey, this is the one that rescued me from them dragons. A fellow for Eldon, no less. Oh, eyes on her face, you lush.
1,000 thanks for saving Jansen's worthless hide.
Worthless, am I? My farm supplied eggplant to half of the South Reach.
Yeah? My eggplant supplied half the bastards in South Reach.
Okay, but we and the two had the same reaction.
You're a real
Fair
hero.
enough.
Now what brings you here?
I killed the dragons. It's safe to return to work.
What if there's more dragons later? Or something worse like, bigger dragons?
I go back to the missus without this job. She'll rip me apart sure as any dragon.
What can we do? That bastard Hugh is the only one willing to hire us.
I own half the mine now. I'll keep it safe.
Really? Oh, be nice to work for one of our own. If you don't give us a fair shake, who would? Back to work, boys. I'm happy to take more of Hubert's coin.
Aha. Okay, so let's get it going.
How about you?
One more is vanquished.
Aim for the front! Get back! You're gonna regret this!
Right, starting to get a hang of these merchants. Ah, come on, you sound. Thank you.
Quality armor. The best outside of Orzammar.
Andraste's grace, have mercy.
That's the last of them. You do good work. Come, men, back to the vigil, and away from this cesspool of a city.
There's the dead drop. Hopefully the wardens will appreciate this.
Every moment we...
This city is amazing. Do you know I saw someone get mugged? Right outside. It was fascinating. Everything happens here all at once. How does anyone keep it all straight?
Someone has jumped outside your door, and that's exciting?
It must be the alien age greeting. Hasn't happened to me yet, though. They must not like me. It's so busy here. So many things just get... lost.
Do you miss the Danish?
I miss Haren Paival stories. The creaking of Aravels in the breeze. The city is so busy and confusing. And the elves here are not like my clan. But I'll get used to Kirkwall in time.
The Templars haven't found you, have they?
I've been careful, even among the Dalish. Keepers never work magic in public. And I think the Templars don't even see me. I'm just another elf in the
We've
alien
been
age.
slaughtering mercenaries just now.
Are you feeling lost here, Meryl?
A bit. But I'll adjust. I'm glad you came by. I needed someone to talk to.
Right, I just need to switch something off on Chrome. Yay! I can turn the game sound up now. Right, there we go. So the touch controls on the side of my headphone, it's swipe up for volume, swipe down for to take the volume down, but annoyingly right in the centre it's stop start. So when you swipe up, you tend to hit it about half the time.
By the dread wolf! Why is my house always such a mess?
So I'll have to go there anyway. Right. Somebody want to talk to me here? No, guess not.
I can't have Mother living in this hole. We've got to get out of here.
When I told your grandmother I was marrying your father, she threatened to disown me.
She said my children would be mongrels. My father wanted to lock me in, but she told him it's her life, let her ruin it. I wrote to her when each of you were born. She never wrote back. I'm glad she didn't die hating me.
Grandmother didn't want you to leave. She tried holding on to you the only way she knew.
She would have been so proud of you. You're everything she wanted in an Amel grandchild. She might have had a hard time accepting it at first, but she would have loved you, all three of you. Oh, Bethany. She was such a sweet little girl. Never cried, just looked at you with those big eyes.
She was so young to be taken from us.
I just keep thinking there's something we could have done. It's killing me. I remember that awful creature reaching down and 18 years of loving and feeding and raising and... that was it.
Blame the Darkspawn, not yourself.
The Darkspawn would have been happy with any prey. It was my fault it was Bethany. I miss her. There were 4 of us when the Blight began. It will never be over while there are just 3. I've written to the Viscount. I've an audience for after Bartran's expedition leaves. I couldn't do anything for Bethany, but with luck, I can at least give us a home.
I'm with you, sister. But...
Keep it down, dog. All that noisy dog breath, day in, day out. Make him stop.
He doesn't sweat like we do. And it's stuffy in here. You could open a window.
There. Isn't that annoying? Ah, Blight take you.
So that was why it wanted me to go here. No, we'll take you out, we'll put Aveline in.
That's enough. I'll deal with it. Now you fall.
What's that, man? Whoa, Aveline.
Here, miss. Word is you're looking for help. And paying well.
I need someone native to the dark places beneath Lowtown. If you claim as much, yes, I will pay.
I am. Let's just step into this alley, and me and my fellows can have a look at the money on offer.
Another sad Lowtown tale in the making. As if we needed another.
It does appear she could use some help, especially now.
Yes, but I want to loot the corpses first.
Well, thank you for your timely intervention. I am out of my element.
Foolish risk
Really?
in Lowtown.
Don't say.
I had to come here to get the type of person I need. Someone of bloody skill, but also integrity. Perhaps the kind who might leap to someone's defense. I have a charge who needs passage from the city. If you are willing and capable, meet me at my safe house nearby.
I just saved you in an alley, and suddenly we're in business?
You're in Lowtown. What grand scheme could I be interrupting? Varnell!
Not so helpless, I see.
I hope you will come. This matter only grows more urgent with time.
Bloody cable. Sorry, I just can't leave a corpse unlooted. Yeah, this hovel looks suspiciously familiar.
Good job
Good.
in there. In fact, get rid of any other loose. And I'll be at the Hanged Manors until we
I have to remember to go and talk to Vark at the Hanged Man, actually. And we'll do that now.
Well, how about that?
You know
Anything
that
to
guy
say, Vark?
Marlowe at the bar
No.
downstairs? Don't make eye contact, whatever you do.
Don't bother me.
A dirty backwater full of dogs and the occasional sheep. It took me decades.
I am expected.
I thank you for coming. This matter is delicate, and I need someone of limited notoriety who will not link this to me. It is an escort, but I think you will agree the nature of the party makes this unique.
If this is criminal, I already have enough trouble.
I should think you're about to have more. I am Sister Patrice. This is my burden of charity.
Shiva Da.
Would even a Templar bind a mage like this? A survivor of infighting with their Talvashoth outcasts. I call him Katojan, a bridge between worlds. The Viscount and others feel that peace begins with appeasement. This mage would likely be returned to his brutal kin. He can serve a better purpose. I want him free. He must be guided from the city without alerting his people, or being seen in my care.
You don't just stumble on something. Someone like this.
For all their blasphemous certainty, the Kunari do have deserters. Those who seek freedom are hunted mercilessly.
Talvashoth. They seem to accept the role.
Even their rebels conform. Savonel observed one of their bloody exchanges. This poor mage was the only survivor.
And you think this mage was being hunted?
I'm certain no thinking creature would willingly submit to this. If he was not running before, he has seized the opportunity now.
I can get him out of Kirkwall. He's a bit conspicuous for the streets, though.
Why would they do this to him? That is obviously not an option. You must avoid incident with the guards. I cannot be linked to this. This mage will be a fine example of how cruel Kunari are, even to their own. But only if this plays out just so. The passage here leads to the warrens of the Undercity. It is dangerous, but that is why you were hired. Good luck.
Oh. Why did Vark not like that choice? Interesting.
I would not approve of coming here to avoid the guards.
Bloody spiders.
I think I got blood on my coat.
Ah.
How about you?
Where are you going, Meryl?
Let's finish this.
So it has been upgraded then, I take it.
He's not very helpful, is he?
Ah, look at this. Undercity's feared by all, but there's no shortage of fools with coin who want to test it. What is this thing? Collared like a dog lord's bitch. You some sort of canary lover? Maybe I should get rid of you and see who'll pay the most for your pet.
I don't think it likes you threatening its master. Maybe we let this one pass.
A voice of reason. What's he doing with you?
You lot think you're so damn right. Buying everything, running free marches like me into our own sewers. You want us bound, like this thing? I'll see you dead first.
By the void! Kill it! Kill them all!
Well, that was nice and easy. Oh no, wait, more behind us.
That's the last of them. The danger has passed, Katojan. Calm yourself. Keep control. And remember who is on your side. Of course. I expected no different.
You will hold Basra Vashidan. I am Arvarad, and I claim possession of Seirei at your heel. The members of his Karatam were killed by Tal Bashath, but their disposal leads only here, to Seirei and you.
I just got here, coming from the other way. If there was a trail, I didn't leave it.
Yet you are here with Seirei. The crime is his freedom, his leash held by unknowing Basra. We will not allow that danger to continue. Let your own mages doom you. Seirei will be properly confined.
And if he doesn't want to go back?
Seirei, show that your will remains bound to the Qun. He has only followed you because he wants to be led. He has allowed no other purpose.
The sister called him Katojan. You are Seirei?
Seirei is his role and his name, as you understand it. It is the accusation and acknowledgement of being a mage.
And you are Arvarad.
My role is to hold the leash and hunt the Grey Ones who leave the Qun. Or Baz who have not yet been enlightened.
You don't care that someone abused your dead to get you here?
No doubt they were cast from your shoulders as you or your partner thieves grew weak. It is a crime whose victims are beyond caring. It will be dealt with, but the greater threat is clear. It is my role to secure Seirei. It is the role of another to purge the perversions of your kind.
He is bound and abused, and you want him caged. Why?
The power that he has, that all Seirei have, draws from chaos and demons. They can never be in control.
So you fear them?
Just like everyone.
We leash Seirei because they are dangerous and contagious. Not even your Templars fully grasp that threat.
I wield the same power, and I'm no danger to you unless I choose to be.
I as well.
You are Seirei? Bas Seirei?
I like that fear in their eyes.
You spewed your words at me like a demon trying to poison my control. Like this mage, the Qun requires your death.
But we're no threat to each other.
Boss Cerebos, you will be no threat.
Take dog first. Everybody could focus on him, please. No, fair enough, that's my fault. I wasn't paying attention to behind us.
This will help.
Can you stand?
I am unbound. Odd. Wrong. But you deserve honor. You are now Pasvarad, worthy of following. I thank your intent, even if it was wrong. I know the will of Arvarad. I must return as demanded. It is the wisdom of the Qun.
So after all this, now you want to die?
I do not want to die. I want to live by the Qun.
Which means dying.
Yes. Is that hard to grasp?
Could you have returned if I'd let these others live?
No.
You were doomed from the start.
I was outside my Keratam. I may be corrupted. I cannot know. How I return is my choice. It must be. But that does not mean there is no meaning.
Arvarad couldn't kill me. Perhaps he was wrong about your death too.
Losing to you does not make him wrong. He spoke the Qun. I have chosen. It is bred in the bone.
Existing is not a choice.
It is the only choice. As it Taleb. It is to be.
Patrice might take you back if death is the only other option.
The sister was not honest.
What do you mean?
I cannot say what she wanted, but it was certainty, not of the Qun. And her guard smelled of death.
Others of your kind live outside the Kyun. You could join them.
They are not my kind. I am Kinari. They are not.
They have chosen to be free.
Free? They have refused what they are. I can't choose to not be.
My job ended when we exited the city. The rest is up to you.
You know of certainty and borders. You are closer to the Kinari than you admit. Your role would change little if you accepted the Kyun. Take this secret thing, Basfaran. Remember this day.
But the creature was free.
She may not have known about this, but clearly Patrice set a trail right to us.
Why arrange this only to subvert it? I need answers.
Right, while this is loading in, more water, I think. Chewing gum tried to hide itself as well.
Leave nothing. It must be clean, with no ties. Well, my helpful associate from the streets. You took the Kunari from the city? Without incident?
You know what we faced.
Mind your tongue, Ferelden.
Please, do speak your mind.
The bodies of the mages Karatam led right to us. Why?
You come back speaking their language and think to lecture me? If such a plot existed, if the Kunari had murdered you for trying to help their slave mage, then yes, someone might have found that useful. It would have cast doubt on appeasement. Perhaps your death would have been a tragic necessity. Perhaps finding the mage was a rushed opportunity. But all we have now are dead Kunari and the word of a sympathizer.
Your Katojan killed himself rather than be free.
I assumed he wanted to escape, just as I would. My pity is genuine, but they are not like us.
You risked my life. Perhaps I should return the favor.
No doubt you would prove a challenge for my guard, but I will not offer the chance today. Violence here serves no purpose. I accept the grim necessities of standing in the Maker's name, but I will not waste his gifts. You did better than you were asked. I will honor that arrangement. We will have nothing more to do with each other.
I won't forget this, sister.
Take your coin. Disappear back into Lowtown. Rest assured, I will not make the mistake of looking for help outside the faithful again. The
Oh, I
stakes,
like her eye colour.
eternity, are just too high.
She'll be trouble.
What don't you like? What is it, Vag? Why do you find that so difficult?
So, what do you do, Aveline?
You know I'm a guard. you asking?
I mean in your off-duty hours. For fun. You've heard of it, I hope.
These are... my off-duty hours.
And the trend of you scaring the piss out of me continues.
Aha.
I think you let this get away from you.
I had long since buried my dead old
Hello, Bowden.
It's grand to see it again.
Bodan Feddick, purveyor of goods both common and rare, at your service. And this is my son, Sandor, who is as brilliant an enchanter as you'll ever find. Say hello to the nice human, Sandor.
Hello.
We shall be accompanying your expedition and providing the needed supplies. It's all quite exciting, isn't it?
The thought of adventure does make me giddy.
A kindred soul, surely. But I digress. Do you wish to peruse my wares, or perhaps make use of Sandal's unique talents?
Enchantment?
Just so.
I thought all enchanters were mages.
Not at all. The fabled dwarven resistance to magic has allowed enchantment of crafts for countless ages. Granted, most dwarven smiths must work for many, many years to learn the skill, but my boy is a natural, a savant beyond compare.
I like enchantment.
And he enjoys his work. What more could one ask?
You two don't seem the sort to hire onto this sort of expedition.
My son and I have never played it safe. Never captured a tried and true rose. In fact, we have just returned from adventures while accompanying the hero of Ferelden, legendary Grey Warden and vanquisher of the Blight.
So you helped to defeat the Blight?
In our small way, perhaps. We did not fight at the Grey Warden's side, of course. The hero of Ferelden is a fine woman. After all her accomplishments, may she find even greater success. But surely my past is hardly of interest to the likes of you.
Let's see what you have.
By all means, feel free to peruse my wares whenever you wish.
Well, are you here to socialize, or did you bring my goods?
I rescued your boy and killed the coterie. But your property was long gone.
Coterie. I should have figured. They've got a lock on all trade with the dwarves. If I'd had someone decent on the job, they'd have dug into it first, not walked in blindly. Well, no cargo, no coin. If you're ever looking for more work, I keep my books right here. Feel free to sign yourself up. Good job, Hawk.
Ah, screw it. We'll do it during the daytime. Not that damn spoon again.
Alas, short if I have anything to say about it.
Rule of thumb. If the criminal runs to the sewers, he's gone.
Why, look here, boys. Volunteers. Clap 'em in irons and let's see what the Tevinters will pay for 'em.
Answer my questions, and I won't trouble you about this little operation.
You die now, there won't be any trouble at all. Shut this bitch up.
We've got company!
be something here that shows where he shipped Fainrail. Looks like they took him to some bolt hole in the Wounded Coast.
I loved him.
So off to the Wounded Coast it is.
Maybe I should put you to use, Varric. Have you penned some warnings for the lawless?
Who's that for? Are most criminals big readers? Seems like pacifying the nobles.
Pictures, then. It was... just a suggestion.
Well, how about a giant sign that just says don't? People with it.
So it's drag.
Thank you. I get the point.
Follow my lead!
Let's do this!
I'll deal with this.
Alright, you're up.
Easy. Just bye.
Take one more step and the boy dies.
Tell this dirtbag who we are.
If I were you, I wouldn't be threatening the Viscount's son.
What?
Oh, I suppose you just got a tip from a slaver that he was selling mage flesh cheap. You never thought to ask where he got it? You never wondered if you were buying the Viscount's well-known love child from his elven mistress. The boy he swore to protect, even if it meant raising the entire free marches?
Well, I just meant shoot him with your bow, but this could work.
Take the lad to his father.
Hand him over then, if you're serious.
This was the price set on the boy. Please accept it as an offer of peace.
Who are you? Are you working for the Templars?
Your mother sent me.
Huh. Hardly a difference. I can't believe her. My whole life it was all, I'll love you and protect you. Then I have some bad dreams and it's off to the Templars.
I'm here to help you, Fainrail.
Why? You don't even know me.
I am you.
You know, you're the first mage I've met. Most are locked up like lepers. Is there any chance you'd help me reach the Dalish? That's where I was trying to go. See if they'd take me in. I'm as much Dalish as human.
You'd be alone among the Dalish. Even more than a Dalish would be here.
Compared to being held prisoner, or made tranquil, I'll risk being lonely. Look, I know it's different in other kingdoms, but here, no one helps circle mages. Anything the Templars don't like, you get the brand. The Dalish, they've had magic forever. They could teach me. I won't be a danger, I swear.
It will be your humanity that marks you among the people, not your magic. But I think they will take you.
If there was another way, the Circle would know it.
You deserve a chance at freedom.
Thank you. I did not. In my wildest dreams, I could not have foreseen this. Thank the creators, you were the one my mother hired to find me. I will forever be in your debt, friend.
Whatever their differences, his mother deserves to know he's alive.
So where's the quickest exit out of here? Wow. Seems like every time I go back there's more quests.
Oh, sorry. I didn't see you there. Sister Alima told me I should keep my head up more often.
Did you misplace this? You never thought you'd see the remains of your sister again.
Oh,
okay
sorry.
then.
I didn't see you there.
By the dread wolf! Why is my house...
Your son has taken refuge with the Dalish.
What? But he is human. They did not even wish me to raise him among them. But they do value magic more than the men of Kirkwall. Perhaps he can have both safety and freedom. As I said, I have little money. But this is a Dalish ring that has been in my family for generations. Please accept it with my thanks.
At least everybody's leveling up at the same time now.
Did he?
So I guess that just leaves Hunters.
Thank you.
humans could be this poor.
Hello, Anders, you sod.
Made this place a sanctum of healing and salvation. Why do you threaten it?
I'm just here to talk.
We're interested in getting into the deep roads. Rumor has it you were a warden. Do you know a way?
Did the warden send you to bring me back? I'm not going. Those bastards made me get rid of my cat. Poor Sir Pounce-a-Lot. He hated the deep roads.
You had a cat named Sir Pounce-a-Lot in the deep roads.
He was a gift. A noble beast. Almost got ripped in half by a Genlock once. He swatted the bugger on the nose. Drew blood, too. The blighted warden said he made me too soft. I had to give him to a friend in Amaranthine.
So you came to Kirkwall just to escape the wardens?
You say that like it's a small thing. Yes. I'm here because there's no warden outpost, no darkspawn, and a whole host of refugees to blend in with. And some reasons of my own.
I've always heard that joining the wardens is for life.
That's only partly true. The hopelessly tainted by the darkspawn and plagued by nightmares about the archdemon parts don't go away. But it turns out if you hide well, you don't have to wear the uniform or go to the parties.
I'm part of an expedition into the deep roads. Any information you have could save people's lives.
I will die a happy man if I never think about the blighted deep roads again. You can't imagine what I've come through to get here. I'm not interested... Although... a favor for a favor. Does that sound like a fair deal? You help me, I'll help you.
Help my expedition reach the deep roads, and I'll do whatever you need.
You don't ask for my terms. What if I were asking for the Knight Commander's head on a spike?
Is that what you ask?
You decide. I have a warden map of the depths in this area, but there's a price. I came to Kirkwall to aid a friend, a mage, a prisoner in the wretched gallows. The Templars learned of my plans to free him. Help me bring him safely past them, and you shall have your maps.
Tell me about your friend.
His name is Carl Thekla. He was sent here from Ferelden when Kirkwall Circle required new talent. His last letter said the Knight Commander was turning the Circle into a prison. Mages are locked in their cells, refused appearances at court, made tranquil for the slightest crimes. I told him I would come.
Are these accusations true?
Ask any mage in Kirkwall. Over a dozen were made tranquil just this year. The more people you ask, the worse the rumors become.
What do the Templars know of your plans?
I don't know. I had been exchanging notes with Carl through a maidservant in the gallows. Then the letters stopped coming.
You want to make your friend an apostate?
That's such a weighted term. Yes, Andraste said magic should serve man, not rule him. But I've yet to find a mage who wants to rule anything. It goes against no will of the Maker for mages to live as free as other men.
Forcing mages into servitude is not the way to prevent the rise of another Imperium.
That's not usually the response I get. Perhaps we will work together better than I expected.
I would help any mage in such circumstances. Map or no.
Now you're just trying to get on my good side. I welcome your aid. I have already sent word for Carl to meet me in the Chantry tonight. Join us there, and we'll ensure that no matter who is with him, we all walk away free.
Right then, I think that's where I'm going to call it for tonight. Mostly because one end of me is numb. So, thanks for coming along. I should be on tomorrow night, hopefully, all going well. So, I'll hopefully see you then. Good night.